The empire grew stronger through bravery and battle. Warriors fought fearlessly, not just for land, but for religious duty. The Aztec Empire became feared and respected. Its cities sparkled, its rulers commanded respect, and its culture blossomed like flowers in the spring. Among these leaders stood Montezuma II, a ruler with pride, wisdom, and a heart full of responsibility. He carried the weight of an empire on his shoulders. Every decision he made shaped millions of lives. He believed deeply in signs from the gods, in omens written in the skies and whispered in the wind. But fate was changing. In the distance, far beyond the horizon, strange men approached, pale-skinned, dressed in metal, riding animals never seen before, and carrying weapons that roared like thunder. These were the Spanish conquistadors, led by Hernan Cortes. Some Aztecs believed the strangers might be gods. Others feared them. Confusion grew. Whispers filled the streets. Was this destiny? A blessing? A curse? Cortes entered Tenochtitlan pretending peace. The Aztecs welcomed him with respect and curious hearts. But behind smiles hid danger. The Spanish wanted gold, power, and control. They saw the empire not as a miracle, but as treasure to take. Soon, tension rose like a storm cloud. The Spanish captured Montezuma. The empire shook with fear and anger. Battles exploded in the streets. Blood flowed where laughter once lived. The proud city that once shone with hope now echoed with pain and fire. The Aztecs fought bravely. Warriors gave everything. Mothers cried. Children hid. Priests prayed desperately to the gods for strength. But disease brought by the Spanish spread like dark wind, and weapons unlike anything the Aztecs had ever seen tore through their defense. The great city that once touched the sky began to fall. Temples collapsed. Gardens burned. The sound of drums of war faded, replaced by silence and grief. Tenochtitlan, jewel of the world, was destroyed. But although the empire fell, the spirit of the Aztecs did not disappear. Their story still lives in hearts, in history, and in the land of Mexico today. Their art, knowledge, astronomy, calendar, architecture, and courage still shine brightly across time. Their belief in strength, unity, and honor remains powerful. They showed the world what humans can build with faith, creativity, and determination. They prove that even those who start with nothing can build a civilization of wonder. Long before great cities covered the land, before loud machines filled the air, there stood a proud civilization in the heart of ancient Mexico. This was the Aztec Empire, a mighty world built with hope, courage, devotion, and sacrifice. Their story is one of rising from nothing to becoming one of the strongest empires in history, guided by faith and shaped by powerful beliefs. Our story begins with wandering people, called the Mexica, who had no home. They traveled across valleys, lakes, and mountains carrying only dreams, determination, and faith in their gods. They believed their god Huitzilopochtli guided them. He promised them a land where they would build a shining city, but they must travel until they saw a sign. An eagle, sitting on a cactus, holding a snake in its beak. Years passed. Many people grew tired. Some lost hope. But faith held them together like a strong rope in a storm. One day, as the sun rose in golden light over Lake Texcoco, they saw it, an eagle exactly as promised. Their hearts filled with joy, and tears of relief fell. On that water-filled land, they began to build a dream. They named their city Tenochtitlan. At first, the land seemed impossible. It was wet, muddy, and surrounded by water. But the Aztecs did not fear difficulty. They built islands called chinampas, floating gardens where food grew fresh and green. They built strong canals, shining temples, and streets that seemed to kiss the sky. Slowly, their small settlement grew into a powerful city, full of life, music, and trade. People came from far places to see it, and soon the Aztecs became rulers, warriors, and leaders of a vast empire. Tenochtitlan turned into a city of wonders. Bright markets were full of colors and smells. Traders sold cocoa beans, feathers, jade, gold, food, clothes, and precious stones. Children laughed and played by the water, while priests walked in quiet dignity. Warriors trained with strength and discipline. Every sunrise brought pride, and every sunset brought gratitude to the gods. But the Aztecs did not believe power came freely. They believed life itself was a gift from the gods, and every gift must be repaid. Their belief shaped everything. The Aztecs believed the sun needed strength to rise each day. Without offerings, they feared darkness would swallow the world. So, they honored their gods with rituals, prayers, and sometimes human sacrifice. To them, sacrifice was not cruelty, it was devotion. They believed it was honorable, a way to keep the universe alive. In their greatest temple, the Templo Mayor, high above the city, they prayed to two powerful gods, Huitzilopochtli, the god of war and sun, and Tlaloc, the god of rain and life. The temple rose like a mountain of stone, a symbol of their faith and power. People believed the world's balance lived here. The Aztecs remind us that greatness is not only in victory, but also in courage, love for culture, loyalty to people, and strength to dream. Their temples may have fallen, but their legacy still rises like the sun they once worshipped. And the world still remembers the mighty Aztec Empire, its rise, its beliefs, and its sacrifices, not only as a tale of power, but as a human story of hope, devotion, and destiny.